We're live on 15 channels. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy day to all of you. I know it's Monday. I just don't like Mondays so much. Oh, hey, Debbie. Those might be the notifications that I am live. They might be. They might not be. One notification? Really? Is that what that was? Yeah. Oh, that was all the notifications. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, very good. I just got one ding for 4 notifications. Very good. You know, I am so not interested in anything that Mark Zuckerberg has to say. I see that that guy Max, whatever the fuck his name is, I forget his last name. I want to say Max Friedland or something, but that's probably wrong. He interviewed Mark Zuckerberg, and he's putting up all these short videos of him interviewing Mark Zuckerberg. I have no interest in hearing anything that Mark Zuckerberg has to say at all, or anything that that other guy has to say either. Either of them. I don't like those guys. You know who I do like? You know who's likable? He's a good guy. He's a likable guy. Jon Stewart. He's a likable guy, isn't he? Imagine my surprise when I noticed this morning that he's gone complete shit lib, right? So I've got a video of him making the transformation, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So let's watch.
This Vladimir Zelensky fella. Boy, I mean,
yeah,
we are comedians, and we know the general brand of cowardice that runs through.
Exposed Truth says that isn't you. Huh? What does it mean? What do you mean? Who's the guy in one of the thumbnails? One of the thumbnails. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what thumbnails you're talking about, bro.
Our business.
Yeah.
And
Nick, Phil, Token Dave.
Fake braggadocio that comes from
Josh G, good morning.
And having a heckler and destroying him with a microphone. What this dude is doing, it is incredibly moving. I mean, it's
I'm not incredibly moved by what Zelensky's doing. He's the leader of a country. That was his elected job. His job is to defend the country. He's doing what any leader should be doing. Just because we don't see American leaders acting like that doesn't mean that what he's doing is special. It's not. So this is a piece of straw right off the bat being laid down by Jon Stewart. Weak argument. The guy's not impressive. He has no choice. His back's up against the wall. It's fight or flight. And you know what that man is doing, I'm not impressed with at all. And if that guy ends up assassinated or executed by Vladimir Putin, you know, he'll be remembered for all of 2 weeks.
We're watching Shecky Green transform into Churchill, like his grace. And I don't know if have you listened to any of the speeches that he's given?
Yeah, I watched the 9-minute.
Mark, yeah, of course it's true that Mark Zuckerberg stole the idea for Facebook from his college friends. I mean, didn't you watch the Social Network movie, bro? You guys should educate yourselves on stuff that you want to know about, you know?
That long one that was, I mean, it's powerful.
Remarkable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just the grace and the Klitschko brothers that are over there. I mean, boy, what a terrible time to kind of notice the real spine of this country. I wish it was.
Hey, Lee, I'm not here to hear your fucking counter narrative, dude. I'm just going to block you from my live stream forever so I never have to hear from you again. All right, fuck you. I'm not interested in what you have to say. All right? I'm not here for fucking counter narrative today. So fuck off. Have a nice life, Pee-wee.
Not in such terrible circumstances, but do you guys feel any of that as a comedian? Are you shocked? Is it, does that
I literally
resonate with you guys
so Lee and everyone else knows out there, I block anybody that's flying that stupid fucking Nazi Ukrainian flag on social media. You come into my live stream flying in, I'm going to block you here too. All right, this is exactly what Jon Stewart's doing. He's waving that Nazi Ukrainian flag around. Lee doesn't get it, but hopefully you guys will. Ukraine is fucking Russia up. Ukraine is fucking Russia up. Oh, yeah, sure they are. Yeah, big time. Sure they are.
I can say I mean, yeah, what's funny, I guess, is that for the past like 4 or 5 years,
Hey, John, what's
comedian
up?
gets kind of worn with a bit of a mark of shame in a lot of ways, you know? Like,
Wait, past 4 or 5 years? Wait, what?
Yeah, go research the military murders that the Nazis in the Ukraine have done over the last 10 years or so, under the last 3 or 4 years under Zelensky. Yeah, go see. He allows Nazi troops in his army wearing Nazi emblems and burn people alive and does nothing about it. He's no fucking hero.
Try 40 or 50. It might be the lowest form of show business.
But I feel like I grew up as a kid, like idolizing.
Right, Phil, you get it, right? Zuckerberg, you understand exactly. I'm going to feed my cat while you guys are watching these guys.
Comics and comedy, and maybe you just have a different perspective.
You were a
as
child.
you get older.
You were a child.
Could that be it?
You were 6, so it seemed very impressive.
Oh, yeah, I guess worshiping David Tell, maybe in retrospect.
There you go.
Some holes. But no, so watching this guy, stand up and communicate on such a human level to say, attack this region, the region where my best friend's mother lived, where I cheered alongside you at the European Cup, really just dropping the political bullshit and connecting on this. I'm a human being, you're a human being level. Right. It was so touching.
I mean, in many respects, like they are brethren.
Yeah.
It is, New Jersey attacking Staten Island. Like, it's just the weirdest, there's so much shared history, and we've never seen something like this in our modern era of, listen, no one's going to excuse the larger countries and some of the imperialist adventures that we go on and some of the false justifications that.
Hey, Bigfoot, you're a fucking idiot. Tucker has not always been in the center, okay? You're a fucking idiot. You don't know dick. If you're going to come in here and try to pontificate on something I know more than you about, you better fucking watch your step.
We make for it. But generally, there will be a period of an attempt to.
Yeah, everybody, Tucker Carlson is totally neutral. He's right in the middle. He's right in the center. That's where Tucker Carlson is. Okay, Bigfoot.
Paper over bald.
Remember, that was Donald Trump's advisor for 4 years that he was president. Just so you know, Bigfoot. I know a lot more about Tucker Carlson than you do, saying he's always in the center. You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
Nationalism or crass economic interests with some high-minded rhetoric about something. Putin was just like,
yeah, exposed. And you can literally see photographs of Nazi emblems on some of the Ukraine soldiers' apparel. So don't even try that with me, exposed. The only thing exposing is how fucking stupid you are.
Yes.
Oh, okay, big guy. Okay, I know a lot less than I think. But I know that Tucker Carlson was a personal advisor to Donald Trump for 4 years. Oh, yeah, because he's in the middle. He's so central, you fucking idiot. God, I'm dealing with morons on the show.
Yeah. You're just like, wait, what? I mean, it's such a bizarre throwback.
It's full Bond villain, just like old school. Yeah, I can't. There's all these articles. Why is Putin doing it? There is not a single logical reason to justify this.
Yeah, and you hear John Stewart in the background going, yeah, there's no logical reason. Oh, just the fact that the United States and NATO have been putting installations all along the Russian border for the past 20, 30 years. And these guys act like they don't know history. These guys don't know NATO. These guys don't understand politics at all. And here they are, like some of you cucks in my chat right now, here to fucking defend Ukraine like the fuck you know what you're talking about. You guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Maybe go do a little goddamn investigating and learn about the situation before you come in here and show me your little dick. Think about it.
You know what I keep thinking of? I sort of keep thinking of the comics table at the cellar. Mm-hmm. And the idea that somebody from that little round table has been forced into this incredible feat of courage and statesmanship. And I sort of imagine, when you're sitting around the comics table and everybody's telling their horror stories, like I once opened at a Fuddruckers and there wasn't even people are just coming in and using the fucking fixins bar. And like Zelensky's at the table, you're all telling your horror stories of gigs and things. And he's just like, I was
yeah, it is paradoxical, exposed truth. It is paradoxical. I agree.
Attacked by the third largest army in the entire and then everybody's just going to be like, oh, why do you always bring that up?
Hey, Cape, what's up?
Yeah. The booker at the Chuckle Hut shorted me $30, so
I once did a Roger Paul gig in Rochester. They didn't feed me for 3 days. And he's like, they had the missiles pointed. I mean, it's just
right here. All he's doing is pontificating on the ball sack of Zelensky. He loves Zelensky, wants to suck him off so bad. And I'm not supposed to say stuff like that because it's anti-gay for me to say that. He wants to suck his fucking big toe. How's that?
Courage and the humanity that I think I'm also shocked at the humanity that they're displaying.
Thanks, Orca. I'm really not here to debate. I'm here to just prove a point.
Yeah.
That is obvious. And these guys, this guy right here, John Stewart, and this other guy I'm going to show you, Tucker Carlson, are going to show you. Just watch.
That they're not responding in hatred and in anger. They're responding in care, in like, look.
No, I'm not homophobic. That's why I'm not going to use that fucking term anymore.
I don't know if you saw, there was a video, it's heartbreaking, of a man saying goodbye.
Yes.
He's sending his daughter away and he's going to stay and fight. And it's, boy, there's a part of me that truly hopes that this is where the social media algorithm will shine. There's a part of me that hope.
I would probably say every single fucking thing that Putin attacked on the border, every single installation that Putin destroyed whenever they were invading, that would be those NATO installations, I'm sure.
What's that?
Those are the ones I'm talking about. Are you saying there's no NATO installations anywhere on the border? Is that what you're saying? You want me to look it up?
If anything can go viral, let it be this. Let it be these speeches. Let it be these moments. And let that in some way build momentum to end this. And that would be.
Yeah. I am.
Oh, so Mark says there's no installations on the border of Russia. Oh, okay.
Praying for that, but it's just,
my bad.
It's so
my
dystopian that we are like, please, algorithm, favor the right side of
Let me tell you something, man. Artificial intelligence fucking
Mark must be a geopolitical expert, everybody.
Owes us.
Yeah.
It's driven me down so many rabbit holes that it's got to give me something. It's got to provide some measure of redemption for itself.
Do I realize that white supremacists are cheering Putin on? What's up with you and Putin? Am I cheering on Putin? I'm sorry, you're going to have to point me out to a place where I was cheering on Putin. Yeah, you're going to have to show me where I was cheering on Putin. Does that make you sad that I said he destroyed some NATO installations? Was that cheering him on or was that telling you the facts? Huh. It's fucking hilarious.
That if it can, take this moment, but boy, and I just feel, you're watching a guy drive a country over a cliff in real time. And I don't think this ends well for anybody, but I also don't think it ends well for Putin and the Russian people. I feel like he is driving the Russian people over a cliff. He's going to hurt them economically, psychically, in so many different ways. And for fucking what? This guy...
For nothing. Yeah. And they're going to get hurt bad in this. They'll be a pariah country without in the inability to access dollars and trade with the West. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt.
Even emotionally, it looks like the kind of psychic wound that a country is going to be hard. And I understand he's feeding them a whole nonsense of, we're demilitarizing and denazifying. What was it? Denazification.
Yeah.
First of all, the guy who runs it's Jewish.
Yeah.
Like Zelensky's, he's a Jewish guy. You going to denazify him? Is that what it's called now? I'm pretty sure it's the inverse of that.
Yeah.
But fuck, man. Not to sugarcoat it and not to suggest that we have any deeper, nuanced understanding of the relationship between those two countries, because as Americans, I can assure you, we do not. we only learn geography when somebody is bombing somebody. I mean, that's the level of attention that we pay on the world stage.
And that somebody is usually us.
And that somebody is usually us. And then all of a sudden, everybody's an expert on where Kabul is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows. What do you think? Does a guy like Trump now go like? How do they turn that? Do they turn that with the? I guess the turn is just like, this never would have happened with me because he knows I'm strong. You're like, well, maybe he never would have happened with you because he knows that he wasn't up against anything when you were there, so he didn't need to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking know.
I think Trump's already said something like, "I alone can fix this Russian problem," which is
that really true?
Yeah.
Well, and that's the talking point, right? 2014, Crimea. Obama, Crimea.
Sure.
Now Biden, and
of course, that's the talking point.
Yeah.
Where's the talking point on? Yeah, we had $400 million worth of armaments that we denied them because you wouldn't do an investigation into, Hunter Biden or some shit. Listen, man, watching these guys backpedal, but it is. I had tweeted some. I don't know if you guys know this. I have Twitter.
I've seen it. I'm aware.
Yeah.
Here was my latest tweet I just put out there because I was watching all this go down. I was watching, the general Tucker Carlson, Father
Hey, Brad.
hour, and he was on this whole thing like, I've been conditioned to hate Putin, but does Putin make me use pronouns that I don't want to,
Hey, expose the truth. I'm going to block you for my live stream. I know that. I know you probably think you're pretty smart and shit, but the shit you're posting doesn't even fucking make sense. And then you're going off topic. You're going all over the place. You're not making any sense to me whatsoever. So you better watch it in my chat. I'm about to block you.
And this kind of shit. And so I realized that they're not, their support for Putin is not, there's no compromise. Everybody knows, like, what do they have on those guys? They have compromise. They're not. They are ideological brethren. They don't particularly care. They are authoritarian in personality.
Yes.
They agree with him, and they believe that the left in this country, liberals, progressives, Democrats, are actually the evil empire. And I said this, to be fair, in a peak of anger. I was in a fit of pique, as they say. And I said it as I was watching Laura Ingraham and Tucker Carlson down. She called Zelensky, said, he was calling on Russia not to attack. She called it pathetic. I mean, it was one of the most disturbing and disgusting.
No, I don't block people for calling me out for fucking misinformation. You're still here, you dumbass. I'm blocking this motherfucker in a minute if he keeps spamming my chat with bullshit that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. All right?
Couple of
You're
hours
still here, aren't you, you douchebag?
Don't ask me.
You're still here, aren't you?
I was just about to. I was just going to say, psychologically,
Yeah.
why have you picked a career?
Thank you, Exposed Truth. I appreciate that. You're not making any sense. I'd like to meet you in person just so I can see what the fuck you're about. The type of shit you were posting, you seem like a psycho.
Career where you've decided to just enrage yourself.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll just, if I don't feel like watching, I'll just take my balls and dip them into a frying pan that's been heated to give me the same extent. But so it's in a fit of pique. And maybe it's not the fairest, that they would call it the evil empire. Well, Dinesh D'Souza tweeted out something today, which was exactly that. What he basically came out and said was, yeah, I'm with Putin. Fuck the liberals. Fuck the Democrats. I want them destroyed. It is finally someone said it.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we are. They'd rather make a deal with Putin than Pelosi by any day, any stretch of the imagination. They believe the left to be evil.
Yes. Yeah. And culture war has trumped everything.
You
Culture
blocked him
war
right
is
away,
the
Billy?
number
What's up?
one battle cry. of these people, despite the fact that it's mostly inconsequential in reality, but it just makes them mad. And that's enough.
Yeah. Listen, those guys all have, we used to call it Ballsheimer's. Ballsheimer's was these guys that say fucking horrendous things and then have the balls to pretend like they don't remember ever saying it. Just, they'll just go on. Tomorrow it'll be in that world. I've always fought Putin. Putin has always been a tyrant. I've never said any different. Of course, we stand with democratic nations around the world. Freedom for one means freedom for all. And man, you go back in the archives. This is what we used to do at the Daily Show. You go back in the archives and you go, this, and this. You play it and you think like the shame would somehow be like the groundhog. You'd see a shadow and have to fucking disappear for 6 weeks. No, shame is not an emotion that exists in that universe.
Yeah. And that's so crushing to it. That's why the fact that you lasted, 16 years at the Daily, at a certain point, I would be like, welcome. Last night, Mitch McConnell said this. 6 years ago, he said the opposite. Here it is. Here's Doris Kearns Goodwin to tell me.
Well, it does, because at a certain point, you what's wearing on you.
I'm out of coffee.
Is
God damn it.
impotent rage.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you're not playing, right? Because a lot of them are playing. A lot of them are creating an urgency and a rage and an upset that they don't actually feel. It's performative. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But if you're feeling it every night, and as best we could, we tried to make a show that was really feeling it, visceral, not performative. The lack of movement towards the world that you would prefer to live in sort of begins to wear you down a little bit, to the point where I don't know if people can see this as a visually if they're watching this, but this looks like a time lapse of Robbie is where we started. Rob is where I was in the middle of it, and here I am now.
Gives me some hope. Maybe I'll grow some hair back,
Robbie, have you ever been able to grow a beard of that strength and character?
I can actually grow pretty big, but like you, it looks more rabbinical than anything else.
I go from 0 to rabbinical
Yes.
in 11 days. What he's got going there is like there's a certain menace to it.
Yes. This man is chopping.
Hey, exposed truth. I told you I was going to block you, and now you're going to get blocked. I've been sitting here waiting for you to fucking shut the fuck up, and now you're fucking blocked, and I'm erasing everything that you put in my goddamn live stream. Bro, stick to what we're talking about and stop fucking spamming my chat with bullshit that's got nothing to do with what we're talking about. So, you're gone. Go find somewhere else to chat, bro.
Wood in front of his in front of his cabin, and we're trying to get him back to not after what you guys did to me in Tajikistan kind of beer.
Well, anyway, this is an amazing month for us. We got 4, I think, really wonderful episodes. We start with Wall Street. We go to climate change, to, I believe, the media, of which we are very complimentary. By the way, let me say this about the media. We have a whole episode on how bad they fucking blow. These types of stories, Ukraine, a war, this is what they're actually built for. And when they are matched with their purpose and there is a story equal to it, boy, do they deliver. And they have done a magnificent job. Story, the reality of this story to the public. I have been wildly impressed, and it just shows you what they are capable of when a story is at the level of urgency that they pretend everything else is. And boy, it's a little heartbreaking, because you just like how talented and how committed and how involved they can be. But when left idle, or when left to the kind of the currents of their ratings overlords, how their natural and innate abilities are perverted into something way more damaging. But fuck, man, I don't know if you've been watching the coverage, but they have been on, I believe the phrase is motherfucking point.
Yes, Bigfoot. That's why I don't block people for coming in here and being cunts, because sometimes you're going to make some sense. Yeah, Jon Stewart is deep-throating the big media complex. Thank you. And for all the little cunts that were in here busting my fucking dick that I had to block, this is what I was trying to show you. You know, I'm not here to cheer on fucking Vladimir Putin. I'm here to say that he's fucking wrong. This motherfucker right here is wrong. And he's pro-war now. He's cheering it on like a motherfucker. And for all of you that didn't have the patience to sit through it, you know, I don't know what to fucking tell you. You want to attack me and say that I'm pro fucking Vladimir Putin? That's fucking hilarious. I'm just saying, I'm talking about fucking narrative here. And this is a fucking joke. What this motherfucker has just reduced himself to is a goddamn cheerleader for war and the Biden machine. And I just wanted one of you fucking dumb motherfuckers to catch it. And Bigfoot caught it. I'm sitting here waiting. Amish, what's up, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while. Just sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting. And finally, you got it. You figured it out, right? He's cheerleading the war. Now, listen to fucking Tucker Carlson talk about it. All right? Because this is obviously bullshit. Jon Stewart's just a comedy show guy to you? Well, Nick, you've obviously never listened to Jon Stewart. So you just proved to me how ignorant you are. He's one of the smartest minds of our time. He's just a comedy show guy to you. Wow. Really? Really?
Because that's democracy. So Vladimir Putin invades Ukraine, but guess whose fault it is?
Yo, Shady, what's up?
Notice the theme here? It's always your fault. Every single time. Including in the capital city at this hour. We'll, of course, be monitoring those. Last night's show, we tried to bring you as straightforward an analysis as we could of the invasion of Ukraine. It was then in progress. It still is. The war at that point was less than 24 hours old, and it seemed disrespectful and wrong to use the deaths of people on the ground as a partisan cudgel.
I just can't believe that fucking Nick just told me that Jon Stewart's just a fucking comedian. I'm just like, what, dude? What? The username, don't be shady, but please, but okay, call me shady. I don't fucking care that much. Hey, man, you put shady in your fucking name, I'm going to call you shady, motherfucker. Get over it.
It's horrifying, of course, but it's also a
No, I know, Amish.
profound thing.
Amish, I know you're talking about Nick. I know. I'm just so disappointed right now that Nick doesn't know who fucking Jon Stewart is.
Stand back,
you know, or you know,
you start drawing
the information that he's been offering for years and years and years, and Nick has got none of it, and it just blows my mind. I'm just really disappointed right now.
Convenient conclusions from the suffering you see. That's how we feel. Joe Biden's allies in the media do not feel that way. They use the opportunity to attack their political opponents immediately, as they always do. They have no restraint.
You don't pay attention to the man, just the truth. Well, bro, he's been spouting the truth for years and years and years, bro. You weren't paying attention to the truth because you weren't paying attention to Jon Stewart. You know, he's been spouting the truth on his show, The Daily Show, for years, bro. I think that thing ran for like 12, 14 years. Some crazy shit. Where the fuck were you? You know? And his shit, it wasn't just on HBO. There were video shorts of Jon Stewart all over YouTube, bro. You could have seen him every fucking day. And all he ever did was fucking make sense. That's why this is fucking shocking. You see the man turn all of a sudden, you know? And for those of you who didn't know who Jon Stewart was until today, I feel sorry for you. You've really missed out on a history, a lifetime of fantastic entertainment and information.
and no shame.
I feel bad for
Grateful not
y'all.
to be them. So that was last night.
But it's too
Tonight,
late now.
It's fair to note the
Too late now. You're too late because he's jumped the fucking shark now.
obvious. The invasion of Ukraine is a humiliating defeat for Joe Biden. He's our leader. He staked this country's reputation, billions of dollars, and the full force of the US government on preventing Vladimir Putin from invading Ukraine. Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine anyway. And America is diminished by that. It's not the first time Joe Biden has done something like this. Less than 6 months ago, Biden oversaw an almost indescribably chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan.
Right?
He left American citizens behind.
Right?
He armed the Taliban with advanced weapons systems on the way out. It could not have been worse.
Jon Stewart didn't want to mention that today, though, did he? He just kind of forgot about that.
So here you have two historic foreign policy debacles in under a year.
Cheers, guys.
Is there a precedent for that? What's the message of it?
I was just
Well,
ignorant about who he
weakness,
was.
Obviously,
Yeah, bro. Jon Stewart's amazing. You got to go back and watch some old Daily shows with Jon Stewart. You know, go back and watch him before the stupid Ukraine thing broke out and he all of a sudden started supporting Ukrainian Nazis. Crazy, right?
Republicans often say that, but as usual, don't go far enough. Weakness? Well, North Korea is weak. They literally have famines. People starve to death in North Korea. That's weakness. But they're still a nation we have to contend with because they bite. A venomous spider is weak. You can crush it, but you're still afraid of it because it bites. We do not bite, and that's the problem.
Oh, we bite.
We're not simply weak. The United States government under Joe Biden is ridiculous. It's pompous, it's self-involved, it's long-winded, and fatuous. It's not so different from the fading old man who leads it. There's no hiding this. The rest of the world sees it clearly. So do many Americans. If watching the invasion of Ukraine this week made you feel a little sick, this is probably why.
That did.
Of course, you felt sorry for the Ukrainians being killed,
Yes.
but you also sense that this was a genuine disaster for us in America. And
Right.
you're right.
Right?
Is.
It is.
Joe Biden is quickly draining the reservoir of America's credibility and power that has accumulated over centuries of wise decision making. Like the U.S. Treasury, this is not Joe Biden's capital to spend. He is squandering something that others made. How much is left at this point? You hate even to think about it. Someday we're going to find out. So the problem here isn't complicated. Joe Biden broke the oldest rule of all. Don't make threats you can't back up. You'd think he'd know that if he'd actually squared off against Corn Pop at the public swimming pool in Wilmington 60 years ago. But he never did. So he doesn't know that if you say something serious, you had better mean it. It is reckless to tell obvious lies. If you do that,
I need more
before long,
coffee.
and it happens very quickly, in fact, people figure out that you can be ignored. You're not a superpower. You're a joke. And that
You hear that? When you tell lies, people figure out that you can be ignored. Why didn't that work for Donald Trump? No one ignored Donald Trump. Everyone just was waiting for the next lie to come out. You know, isn't that weird and crazy? So he might be a little wrong on that. For some reason, liars are the new fucking truth tellers. It's crazy. You know, Marjorie Taylor Greene is a fucking asset. People want her to come speak. And they want to listen to her. You know, and the Jew lasers and the fucking, you know, whatever the fuck else she says. Thanks, Nick. Why does Tucker sound like he's reading a Dr. Seuss book? Dude, why does Tucker have the most fucking obnoxious... Dude, you come in here with every stupid one of your channels. I'm going to block you every time, you little fucking cunt. Nobody cares what you have to say. And I wish I could meet you in person just to see what you look like. I just want to see what you look like. What kind of a human being? What do you look like? You know? This guy that keeps coming in spamming all this shit about Ukraine. I'm just kind of curious, man. I'm just out of this sick curiosity to see what some pathetic cuck like you actually looks like in real life. I'm just kind of curious. That's all. Politicians have been liars from the beginning, right, Bigfoot? Wow, Bigfoot, you and I are going to become fast friends. Watch. You didn't like me at first, did you? I like you. Hey, you know what? I left my coffee. I gotta get my coffee. Yeah, all politicians suck. Exactly. You know, war is bullshit. All politicians suck. You know, we never landed on the moon. The earth is flat. No, but seriously, all politicians suck and war is bullshit. That shit is real. Oh, real up. Oh, real up. Oh, real up. Amish. The only I can't read that. Well, the earth is flat. What the fuck am I? What? Happy 710. What? Happy 710, everybody. Don't forget, follow Hollow Earth. Don't forget Hollow Earth. Happy 9:10 here. Low. Yeah, we call it 7. Anytime it's 10 minutes past, we call it 7. It's just it's the one little bit of fantasy that we do play on this show. The time thing. I will admit to that. All right, Kofefi. In my mug. Kofefi. I think what Vladimir Putin did was fucking stupid. I think it was horrible. I think, you know, war is not the answer to anything. You know? But I was going while you guys were telling me you don't know what you're talking about, installations over there in NATO and all that shit. You don't know. Reading about it. And the truth is, I do know that Ukraine has been attempting to join NATO for years and years and years. And Vladimir Putin's been against it because he feels like it's a direct threat to his country. And, you know, whether you agree with that or not, it's not really the fucking point, is it? The way I look at it is this. I always just flip it around. I'm gonna block this guy really quick. Dude, you're so easy to fucking block. Come in here with all your bullshit names. I'll block you every time. And I just want to give a big fuck you to the cunts at YouTube that make it impossible for me to block this guy just one time and be done with it, like any other goddamn platform. No, YouTube, the motherfucker, he could keep cunting into my goddamn live stream because the fucking cunts at YouTube. And they don't let me block a motherfucker. So fuck you, the cunts at YouTube. Just want to get that out there. All right. So, Shit Lips and the Re-Engineer crew. Wait, I mean, get your coffee. Wait, I missed everything that you guys said before. Let me go back. So, I was reading up on the Ukraine and shit. And yeah, the Ukraine has been trying to join NATO, and it's been this big negotiation, and it depends on who the fucking president is and what they're trying to do. And in the meantime, the other countries around Ukraine are involved with NATO, you know? And as far as military installations, all I know is what I hear from other pundits that I'm Jackson Hinkle, you know, and Jimmy Dore and Max Blumenthal, and which, you know, yeah, I don't know if I could trust him anymore, but I do trust Aaron Mate still. And you know, when I listen to those guys speak, they're so yeah, I'll go research it for myself, absolutely, and I'll go see what's going on. But so far, it's not looking really good for the Ukraine. It looks like they want to join a force that Russia views as a direct enemy, and you know that's tricky. And I don't fucking want to play those fucking politics. I don't want to choose, you know, who I think is right or wrong on that. It's not my fucking business. I will say this. If it was America and Russia was trying to get cozy with Mexico and Canada, well, I don't think we'd like that. You know, we don't even let Russia get their own energy. We tried to shut that down. Bigfoot, this is getting funny. I knew you'd like the show. Meta now lets you IP block people, blocks new profiles from that IP. Just kind of nice. Yeah, that would be nice if YouTube offered that. I've been begging for that for fucking years. You make a name that long and don't think I'm going to fucking see you immediately, dude? Really? No, this is what I have to deal with while I'm trying to do a goddamn live stream, thanks to fucking YouTube. And I'm the fucking problem. And I'm the problem on YouTube, right? Huh. Hilarious. Whoa! Unreal. Dude, I don't even know where the camera is. I don't even know where the camera is, bro. I think it's on the carpet, but I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Ah, it's behind the phone. Holy shit. Dude, my camera fell. Dude, my camera fell back here. Hold on. Wait. Looking at you, looking at me, kid. Shut it up. Hey, look at this. Shut up, you're no good. Nobody's being nice to their audience anymore. What are you putting signs on your monitor? Fuck your audience. Fuck them. What do you need, signs? The camera may have been a little weird. I had it on the wrong setting for the base. I just realized that. Yeah, may have been a little weird. The average Russian dash cam. I still want to scroll up and read the rest of what you guys said while I was getting coffee. Average Russian hospital just getting back and into the swing of things. That ass clown with the stupid names is on and off more than a porn star's undies. Hill House, what's up? Amish says, fuck him. Damn, bro. Hope you're good, Amish. Signs, errors. Do you guys realize if my chat was going, I wouldn't give a fuck about that? I wouldn't give a fuck about people like that. I wouldn't block anybody because I wouldn't be able to read the chat. Could you believe that fucking white supremacy fucking chat, guys? How fast it was going? But, you know, the beauty of that was after I realized that all of them were literally children. It was literally all just little kids. Like, I was thinking like 11, 12, 13-year-old kids. Seriously, all they could say was let's go and based. Hi, bees. Good morning, bees. Good morning, bees. He's like, is that all I get? Psst, unreal. Eight bags of antibiotics, painkillers, and now 7 days of oral antibiotics for wonders. Brewing a new generation of those Nazis. You know, I don't know if that's what that is, Bigfoot. Do you know, I think that those are just kids who are going through a stage, puberty. Seriously? Bro, I'm telling you that the chat consisted of people's names that were racist names, right? And all they were saying were, let's go and based. That's it. That's all they were saying was, let's go and based. Over and over and over. And the chat was going so fast. I've never seen a chat go that fast in my life. You couldn't even read it when it got to full speed. Very clear streaming on Twitch, says Lee. Yeah. Keep your fat fucking mouth shut, Lee. You're going to be fucking banned again. Came back. You motherfucker. Well, come in here with your fucking counter narrative, fucking pro-Nazi bullshit. I was talking to my cockatiel, cock-a-doo-doo-doo, my bezel. Bro, it's like I'll see him on camera. He'll be in a certain position. And I'll turn, I'll look at him, and he'll be in a different position. And it's like what's on camera is a different reality than what's really happening. The only good Nazi is a dead Nazi, says I'm a shit man. Nobody's even doing it like that anymore. Nobody's even doing it like that anymore. Unreal, pal. Lee just got bitch slapped by Nay. Yeah, I'm just gonna block you right off the bat. You're an idiot, dude. You didn't think I was gonna notice it was you again? Dude, you're a dumb cunt. I can see you. You don't know how to make a name that can fool me, I guess. God. Big fuck you to shit lips in the engineers over there at YouTube that don't allow me to get rid of this cunt because they're a bunch of fucking cunts. And I guess they just love cunts. Those fucking cunts at YouTube. Shit lips in the engineer cunts. He's an I am Samani chicken. What the fuck, this guy? Surprise, it's not me. Brighter than bright. D's nuts. You guys are making me fucking laugh. Okay, look, listen to this fucking psycho make sense for once. You know, or the times that he interviews Jimmy Dore.
That's why you never, under any circumstances, say anything like this.
The purpose of the sanctions has always been and continues to be deterrence. But let's also recognize the unique nature of the sanctions that we have outlined.
Right. So he's going to go on and he's going to show you a bunch of politicians talking about how great their sanctions are. And then he's going to say, did you notice the dates? February 21st. Before Putin moved in. What this proves is Putin was responding to the fucking sanctions, man. Yeah, he had his shit on the border, but they started sanctioning his ass. Hold on a second. Let me get my mouse over here so I can block this cunt. Poof. They started sanctioning him. And then all of a sudden, yeah, the attack started. What day did the attack start? Okay, Google. What was the date that Putin invaded Ukraine?
Here's what I found.
Why can't they just tell you the day, man? Why is that so hard? Right, February 24th, right? So this dumb cunt
These are some of the greatest sanctions, if not the strongest.
These are the greatest sanctions. We're starving people. And this cunt is saying the sanctions are great. We're preventing an energy from getting to fucking innocent people. And she calls it great. This dumb cunt. Come at me. Fucking cunt.
The president believes that sanctions are intended to deter.
As to the sanctions, the most important thing we
Cunts.
can do is to use them as a deterrent,
Cunt.
as a means of dissuading.
Really?
Russia from
January
engaging in
23rd?
further
January 23rd?
Now, if you saw the dates, you notice those clips are from recently, in some cases just days before Vladimir Putin showed precisely how meaningless our sanctions actually were.
They were meaningless, Tucker, but at the same time, maybe he decided to move in because he was pissed off about the fucking sanctions. You know, maybe you might want to interview him on your show. Have Vladimir Putin on your show and interview him. You know, ask him why he fucking did it. And he might just say, hey, man, you know, America started. Hey, Nikki, what's up?
Greatest sanctions ever, said Kamala Harris, wearing her stupid little mask on Monday. She's a buffoon. You knew that. Now it's obvious that her buffoonery is a real peril for the rest of us. No one in the White House seems to understand this. It's life's most obvious lesson. So here was Joe Biden from today telling you that actually these sanctions, the greatest, most deterrent sanctions ever, were never intended really to deter anything. Sorry if you took us seriously the first time. We didn't really mean it.
No one expected the sanctions to prevent anything from happening. There has to show, this is going to take time, and we have to show resolve so he knows what's coming. And so the people.
Weren't you just telling us how great your fucking sanctions were? These are the greatest sanctions. These are the greatest sanctions. These are the greatest sanctions.
Of Russia know what he's brought on them. That's what this is all about.
Who gives him these scripts? Do they not think we have access to YouTube? Or maybe they're just hoping Google will scrub it by the time he holds another press conference. You just told us on Monday that the purpose of these sanctions was to deter the invasion of Ukraine. So at the very least, acknowledge they didn't work as intended. They can never acknowledge that. Oh, the vaccine prevents transmission and infection. Just tell the truth. People will understand, but they lie every time.
You guys, just so everybody knows, let's go here really quick. Okay, look. Sanctions are an act of war. Remember that. Sanctions are an act of war. When we were bragging about our sanctions, we were doing war on Vladimir Putin because we didn't like where he was putting his fucking troops. And we should have thought about the fact that he was in a position to move into Ukraine and not poke the fucking bear with sanctions. That's our leaders, though. That's how fucking great our leadership here is in the United States.
Now they're telling us, Putin knows what's coming. We'll get him next time. Right? No one believes you anymore, Joe Biden. No one should believe you. It is very hard to take unserious people seriously. A serious president who cared would have reassessed everything, America's foreign policy and how it's administered after the Afghanistan withdrawal last August. That was a disaster. So a responsible person would have asked himself, How do we prevent this from happening again? That's how responsible people think. It's how leaders who care about their countries think. Of course, it's the baseline requirement for leadership. This was a disaster. How do we prevent it from happening again? That's not hard. But lifetime federal employee that he is, Joe Biden did the opposite of that. His first instinct was to protect the bureaucracy, not the country, the bureaucracy. So not a single person from the Pentagon or the State Department was fired or even reprimanded. In fact, famously, the only person who was punished in the end for that historic debacle was a Marine colonel who complained about it. He went to jail for complaining.
It's crazy, Billy.
And you will see the same response this time after the disastrous invasion of Ukraine. The American officials
Bong
who
rips
still
for the
publicly
truth.
trashed this country's
Look.
credibility will be promoted for it.
I don't care where the truth comes from. I don't care the source. I just want the fucking truth. Bong rips for the truth. Didn't realize Biden imposed sanctions before Putin rolled in. I may be wrong, but as far as I'm aware, the government here in UK didn't impose sanctions until after. Here in UK? Right. Well, the point is America did, and now you all know. And now you all know. And that could very well have been what, may have forced Putin's hand to go into Ukraine. No idea. They were saying he was going to go in weeks before he did, remember? Don't you remember? We found out that February 16th is the day that the war will start. February 16th is the day. Fuck you, you fucking liar. Nothing fucking happened, right? Okay, well, since that didn't happen, let's do sanctions on them and force their hand. What? Yeah, great idea. Great idea, you fucking cunts. If you do this, we're going to tax us. Well, that's what they say sanctions are. Amish, sanctions are a direct act of war, bro. It's war. When you're starving people out, that's war, bro. I don't care what you call it. It's fucking war. You can call them sanctions, but it's fucking war. They're meant as deterrent. No, it's an act of war. It's a fucking act of war. Let's call sanctions what they are. It's an act of war. Biden and Kamala Harris declared war on Russia when they sanctioned Russia. Vladimir Putin was like, well, I better fucking take the goddamn Ukraine. So I have that as a strategic, buffer zone for me now because it looks like we're going to fucking war. You guys remember there's this thing that's called the Nord Stream 2 pipeline? Do you guys know that the United States was trying to shut that pipeline down? You guys know what that was? That was gas line between Germany and Russia, and it meant a lot to both nations, but mainly Russia was going to benefit from it. And the United States, there were a lot of people in the government that wanted to shut that down, and they were trying to do whatever they could to block it. And I believe that Barack Obama had it shut down. And then when Donald Trump came into office, he continued to shut it down, I believe. But then when Biden came in, they finished it and they started licensing it, doing all the things they had to do. I believe the construction got finished and that Joe Biden wasn't going to do anything to stop it. Do you guys remember all that? Nobody ever wants to mention that when they're talking about how awful Vladimir Putin is. I'm just saying, man, you guys look into what Nord Stream 2 pipeline was and how much it meant to Russia and how America was trying to stop the growth of that pipeline. And if you don't think that's a sanction, and if you don't think that's an act of war, let me ask you a very simple question, okay? If you're waving a blue and yellow flag on social media right now, listen very closely. If Russia prevented a pipeline that the United States was building between us and, say, Brazil, let's just pick a country. And Russia said to Brazil, hey, if you finish this, we're going to sanction you. And so Brazil is holding off on finishing our energy pipeline. Would that piss you the fuck off? Would that cause you to have the same visceral reaction that you're seeing out of Vladimir Putin towards, his job is to protect Russia. He's the leader, right? So in his mind, he's doing what he's supposed to do to protect his fucking country. What's going on here? What was that all about? All my channels went down and came back up? Are we back? Maybe that was just a tracking error. Ed, piss you the fuck off? Huh? What would you want the president of the United States to do at that moment? That you found out that Russia was saying, Brazil, hey, man, we're going to sanction you if you finish this pipeline. Well, that's exactly what we did with Germany and Russia. Think about it. Think about it. So ask yourselves this. When Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, stood there and bragged that they were sanctioning Russia, after probably threatening to sanction Germany for building this pipeline, did you not realize it was an act of war against Russia? Now you know. And look, you learn these things by listening to people you fucking hate. I fucking hate goddamn Tucker Carlson. I fucking hate him so much. But I listen to people I disagree with, and you know what? I learn sometimes from them. And I learned from this fucking Cucker Tarleson bitch right here. Cucker Tarleson. Tucker Tarleson.
They always are. Toria Newland is one of the geniuses behind
I got smoke.
Almost
Cheers.
20 years ago. Did that hurt her career? It should have ended her career in place right then. Go do something useful. Learn how to lay tile. But it didn't end her career. In fact, her career accelerated. In fact, this same person, Toria Newland, went on to help lead the Ukraine debacle we're watching now. She's completely unqualified for the job she has. We knew that 20 years ago. And yet she's highly successful in Washington. Someday she'll probably be the Secretary of State. Remember her name, Toria Newland. She'll be rewarded for failing. Meanwhile, people who criticize Toria Newland or who care enough about this country to critique Joe Biden's foreign policy disasters find themselves denounced in the media as, of all things, traitors to America, and then spied on by the NSA. You see how that works? It's all self-protection. And because it is, only buffoonery is rewarded. And that's exactly why John Kerry is still around. Here's John Kerry telling the BBC in public on camera that the real victim of this war is something called the climate.
Massive emissions consequences to the war, but equally importantly, you're going to lose people's focus. You're going to lose certainly big country attention. Because
hey, man, while you're all watching Vladimir Putin take fucking Ukraine, yeah, COVID was getting worse. Climate was getting worse. The economy was fucking dumping with inflation, and the gas prices are doubling. By the way, the grid's gonna fucking fail. We can't support any of it. Yeah, Tucker, we know. This is a little bit of a piece of straw from Tucker Carlson here. Hey, look at the fucking price of Bitcoin. Oh my God. Holy shit, what the fuck happened? Oh my God, 39.2, everybody. What the fuck? It just shot up, man. 39,500 is now and we just hit it 4 minutes ago on this live stream. Live. Boom. The fucking 24-hour high of Bitcoin all of a sudden right now brought to you live on the show. 4 minutes ago, man. Holy shit. Holy shit, man. There it is right there. 39,500. The 24-hour high. 39,500 right there on screen, guys. Sanctioning's a joke. How many U.S. citizens saw made in Russia products in their lifetime? I didn't see it in Europe, Turkey, or Cyprus. You can't stop them with sanctioning. No, but you can hurt innocent people that need medicine and food and energy. Hey, Camille. Bitcoin ripping like my big dabs. Yeah, man. God, if Cardano would just go up past 97 cents now, I'd be happy. I'd be, really happy. Let's see Cardano fucking explode. I can't believe Bitcoin is only 0.8%, guys. It's only Bitcoin is only plus 0.8%, you guys, and it's fucking 39 too. What is going on? I don't know, but let's get through this Tucker Carlson and then we'll talk crypto.
Will be diverted, and I think it could have a damaging impact. So I hope President Putin will help us to stay on track with respect to what we need to do for the climate.
And of course, he flew private to that interview, hoping nobody noticed, not caring if anyone noticed. Like, what's the explanation behind? How could you say something?
The nukes
like
are turned back
real.
on.
We didn't make it up. It's hard to believe it, but it is
right,
real.
Billy?
It's all real. If you did a nationwide search for the people least capable of leading a large nation through complicated times, you would get our leadership class. You would get John Kerry. Oh, we found him. The search is over. And of course, at the very top of that list would be John Kerry's friend, Hillary Clinton. So here's Hillary Clinton revealing the real story. She's telling you that the actual enemy in this war is not in Russia, not in Eastern Ukraine. It's not Vladimir Putin. It's you. The real enemy of this country is anyone who dares to criticize the mismanagement of Hillary Clinton and her friends. Watch.
I think it's time for what's left of the Republican Party that has any common sense, not just to say, okay, go help defend Ukraine against Putin, but to stand against those people in politics and government, in the media and elsewhere in our own country who are literally giving aid and comfort to an enemy of freedom and democracy. It can't continue because it plays right into the ambitions of not just Putin.
We just have to go to war. War. Why can't we have more war? I want more war.
But also President Xi of China to undermine
We want to go to
democracy,
war.
to literally divide and conquer the West without ever invading us, but by setting us against each other.
Your opinions are the real threat to democracy. Dare criticize us, and we will denounce you as a dangerous traitor, because that's democracy. So Vladimir Putin invades Ukraine, but guess whose fault it is? It's your fault. Notice the theme here? It's always your fault, every single time. And they're going to punish you for it. Hillary did say one interesting thing in that clip, probably inadvertently. She didn't say it, but the illusion was there. Russia and China are now aligned as a bloc against the United States. Now, how'd that happen? It's pretty obvious. You're looking around the world, you're thinking, who are the big powers with meaningful economies and nuclear weapons? Maybe they shouldn't be aligned against us. That's just the simplest kind of math. Maybe we shouldn't do anything that pushes our enemies into a bloc, because that threatens us. But they don't know that that's happening, or maybe they're in favor of it. God knows what the Biden administration is thinking. According to the New York Times, quote, the United States met with China over 3 months to present intelligence showing Russia's troop buildup near Ukraine and to urge Beijing to help avert war. Chinese officials rebuffed the United States and then shared that information with Moscow. Yeah. So we went to China for help to prevent Putin from invading Ukraine at the very moment that Russia and China were forming a very public alliance against us. Did that really happen? Apparently it really did happen.
Well, he's got his own style. I hate it.
That's why
I hate the way he talks.
Didn't mention China during his press conference.
Very
he gave them more intelligence,
whiny,
and they gave it to
condescending.
Perfect. But don't mention that, or you're a traitor.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page.
No thanks, Sean Hannity. I will make sure I will remember to give you a thumbs down because you have reminded me that you are on the same station as Sean Hannity. Thumbs down. Fuck you. But thanks for the information. It was good information. I couldn't stand Tucker when he was on Bubba Love Show. Oh, God, he was horrible. I've heard some of the clips. Some of the worst shit that Tucker said. Oh, God. That shit was corrosive of your mind, bro. Daytime radio. Driving to work radio. Oh my God, that's the worst thing you can listen to. The fake laughter and shit. What's going on, man? We're getting goddams. Yeah. Let's do it like this, though, son. This is how we're gonna do it, man. Check it out, son. Unreal. Nobody's even doing it like that anymore. What are you even doing? Nobody's even doing that anymore, bro. What are you doing? What do you even got any more of that cavevy? Look at you. You got cavevy. You're not drinking it. What are you doing? You're not drinking any coffee. He talks like your stepdad, really? Oh my God. Holy shit, bro. That's terrible. That's like really bad. So it's been stuck on 26. I know there's not 26 people here. Oh, fuck though, son. Wow. But not bad. Man, it ain't 26, but it ain't bad. So right on, man. What's up, people? I figured it 126 because it's been saying that forever, and it's not. But I want to thank every single one of you that is here right now. Thank you so much. It means so much to me that so many of you are coming to the show now and watching and enjoying it. I hope you are enjoying it. It's a weird contrast between Jon Stewart and Tucker Carlson. And when you have to ask yourself, who do you agree with now? Jon Stewart, who says the media is doing a great job, or Tucker Carlson, who says we shouldn't fucking be at war. And why are we pushing for more war? Who do you agree with on that one point, you know? Isn't it scary that I have to say I agree with Tucker Carlson and I disagree with fucking Jon Stewart? And Jon Stewart is cheering on war? And, you know, he's glorifying war, glorifying Zelensky like he's a hero, and trying to glorify that. He's trying to lift him up and trying to make him seem like he's a war hero because he's calling the goddamn world to action, man. Jon Stewart is. And luckily there's that counter narrative from psychotic, but for sure it's true, man, Tucker Carlson, man. Hey, look, it's Merkman. What's up, Merk? He's on 15 channels. I see 10 here. Oh, I see. You're talking about me. Thank you very much. Nobody answered my question. Kafefs. Murky Mercs here, everybody. Man, South Park needs to have a Sean Hannity character. And it needs to go. Let me see if I can make this happen. I don't know if I can make this work or not. Okay. It needs to go between that face and this face. Dude, if I can make this work. Dude, South Park character that does this shit. You know, I really don't care what you have to say. You're a damn liberal. Yeah, you freaking liberal. You lefty-leaning liberals. Yeah, Hillary Clinton. Yeah, she is. I hate Hillary Clinton. Yeah, she is. She's a witch, man. Yeah. No? You guys didn't like that? Thank you, Phil. I need to get some sort of interaction from my audience here. Thank you, hippie chick. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Was it funny? Why did I do it? You guys aren't going to let me know if you liked it or not. Were you not looking at the screen when I did it? Here, look at the screen, everybody. Look. Sean Hannity here. I like a football. Yeah, football's really cool. Yeah, I like to play football a lot. Yeah. I'm Sean Hannity. I like to throw a football around on my soundstage. Yeah, at Fox News. Yeah. Yeah. I tell my audience not to wear a mask. Yeah. Yeah, don't get a vaccine. Yeah, but I do. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's yeah. Yeah. There. Okay, that's what I was doing. I don't know if you guys were watching. I don't know if you guys fucking saw that shit. But I thought it was pretty funny. Dude, 39.4, man. It's about to hit 39.5 again, guys. And we're about to hit a fucking another 24-hour high live on the show. Are we gonna go through 39.5? That's the question. 39.5. I'm watching Cardano because it's at 95.2, 5.1. 5.5. 95.5, 95.1. 95.4. I'm watching Cardano right here. Right? I'm watching this one. $400. Come on. Bitcoin and crypto. Rocket. Must be war about to happen, huh? What, did war break out? Maybe I should check the live. Maybe I should check the live here, huh? Sean Hannity here. Fighting rages as Ukraine and Russia talk. U.S. cuts off Russia's central bank for dollar transactions as Zelensky demands immediate ceasefire and troop withdrawal. Yeah, United States should stop doing that. The fuck are we doing, man? This is what Tucker Carlson is talking about. These stupid sanctions. And this was what Kamala Harris was bragging about. We're cutting off their bank transactions. Yeah. We're cutting off their bank transactions. Yeah. These are great sanctions. People won't be able to eat or pay doctors or buy their medicine. Yeah. You know what they're going to say? They're going to say, hey, Putin, nuke the United States. That's what they're going to say, you stupid fucking cunt. And we'll go to crypto. Let's swap to crypto. What if they fucking go to crypto, you fucking dumb cunt bitch? We're going to turn off their ability to have bank transactions. We're going to have their ability to do bank transactions. That's how she talks. I got to get it right. She's so whiny. Fucking whiny bitch. I mean, I think I basically set my points out there for what happened between Putin and the United States. And I don't know if that is why Putin decided to go into Ukraine or if he was just going to do it all along. But maybe, check this out. Maybe he had two plans. I don't know. I mean, generals and shit, they always offer up different ideas, right? We'll go in peacefully and we'll just take it over on foot. We'll send in foot soldiers, tanks, jeeps, and whatever. We won't do an airstrike or anything like that. And we will just by our numbers, we'll just go in every city at the exact same time and we'll take every city as non-violently as possible. Or we'll do what we saw America do to Iraq. Right? You know, what was it? Shock and awe. That's what we'll do. We're going to go shock and awe on them. Yeah. We're going to blame them for something they had nothing to do with. Yeah. And Russia saw that and was like, okay, well, that's what we'll do to Ukraine. And depending on how America reacts and what our situation is, we'll do either. Maybe they were planning on taking it no matter what. But maybe those sanctions made Vladimir Putin say, let's go with plan number 2. And let's bomb the fuck out of them now. Fuck them. You know? Who knows? That Kamala Harris and Joe Biden might have so much fucking Ukrainian blood on their hands right now. And who knows if Vladimir Putin didn't have a peaceful solution for taking Ukraine. And it was these stupid fucking sanctions that Kamala Harris is sitting there doing a little end zone touchdown dance about. We're so good. It's the greatest sanctions ever. Rah, rah, rah. Yay, America. Yay, American flags behind me. Yay. Oh, rah, rah, rah. We're the best. Am I doing the Cabbage Patch? No, I'm waving the American flag. That's what I know that wasn't the Cabbage Patch either, was it? I just made a breakdancer cringe. Ukraine was scheduled to join NATO. It's not just that, Artie, because the people in the audience pointed out to me that there weren't NATO installations on the Ukrainian border. That's what they were saying. I was reading all about it, right? And I was reading about how it's always been at issue of whether or not Ukraine was going to join NATO. And you know what it fucking came down to? For me, the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. And I talked about it, I want to say months ago. And I was like, why are you going to interfere with Russia's energy? What if they were interfering with our energy? What the fuck is that? We said it on my live stream. I wish I had access to that show. I wish I knew what show it was. I had Ted Cruz on. Ted Cruz was talking about this thing, the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, and it was funny. Joe Biden was trying to put forth cabinet members, right? Every time they offered up a cabinet member, Ted Cruz would say, reserving the right to object, and they would say, go ahead, Senator Cruz from Texas, the senator from Texas, the great state of Texas, and then he would say, Joe Biden is single-handedly allowing Vladimir Putin full access to Ukraine, which he will take if we do not stop access to the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. I mean, he totally had it fucking backwards. You know, and by us trying to stop that Nord Stream 2 pipeline, I think that was what set Vladimir Putin into action to take Ukraine. That's what I think. I think that was the actual, and look, I didn't hear this. I've never heard this from another pundit or on the news or anything. This is just me doing that from what I know and what I remember. What I remember was this Nord Stream 2 pipeline thing has been going on for a long time. They've been building it for a long time. It's a pipeline that runs under the ocean, and it goes from Russia to Germany. It's a natural gas pipeline. And it was huge, instrumental in bringing a massive amount of energy across that pipeline. It was going to be huge for both economies. So Ted Cruz was bragging about the way Donald Trump was holding it up for 4 years. He's like, Donald Trump put an end to the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. He put a halt to it. He sanctioned it. They couldn't build it. And the day that Joe Biden was elected, they started building the Nord Stream 2 pipeline again. And I said on that show, on that YouTube podcast that I did across all my channels, I said, why is America interfering with Russia's ability to sell energy or receive energy or fuck with their energy at all? What are we doing? It'll make them so powerful. Well, sorry. You know, how would you feel if they were doing it to us? That was the argument that I made. I thought Ted Cruz was totally wrong in what he was saying, but he was pointing it out. What I liked about Ted Cruz was that he was using his power to try to obstruct something. He was doing his job as a politician, even though I disagreed with his premise on what he was doing. You know, and I disagreed with him trying to hold up the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. You know, what the fuck? What the fuck are we doing? We started a war. We fucking started the goddamn war. All right? So next time you're waving that yellow and blue flag around on social media, just remember what started all of this. It was the United States of America. It was us. Look into it. Nord Stream 2 pipeline. You know, it was instrumental. And now Germany shut down the progress of finishing it. Because Russia went, so Germany shut it down. Do you think that Vladimir Putin might have been holding a contingency for that? In case they shut that pipeline down, in case it doesn't finish? Do you think he was expecting that when he went into Ukraine? Man, I don't know how much planning they did in Russia for this, but I have a feeling that, you know, these guys went out into fucking space and shit. They're not idiots. All right, Nikki Sticks, good seeing you. Thank you for stopping by. Wish you could stay longer. Thank you for the kind words. All right, let me put you guys on this. I'll be right back. I'll put you on that chart. Watch Bitcoin's at 39,745. We've got the new high now on the show. 39,914 while I was shooting off my big fat mouth 4 minutes ago. Woo! 39.7 now. Big mark. We could take profits on some of that Bitcoin we bought at 35, huh? No.
Russia has a gas station with a country attached.
Check this out.
Now, for 2 years, this body had been united, Republicans and Democrats, that
Watch
we were
this.
going to stop this pipeline. But Joe Biden and his administration decided instead to waive the sanctions. Decided instead to give Vladimir Putin what amounts to a multi-billion-dollar gift. And not just a gift one time. If this pipeline is allowed to go online, it will put billions of dollars in Putin's pockets every year, year after year after year. What are the consequences of Nord Stream 2? Number one, Russia gets richer, Russia gets stronger, Russia gets billions of dollars that it can use to build its military, to threaten its neighbors, to threaten our allies, to endanger the lives of Americans and our friends. Number two, Europe is hurt. Our friends and allies in Europe are made even more dependent on Russian energy. Madam President, our former colleague, Senator John McCain, may he rest in peace. He had a phrase for Russia that was memorable, that I've used many times. He referred to Russia as a gas station with a country attached. That is Putin's plan. It is very simple. Putin is a petro-tyrant. He's a tyrant. He's a bully. He's a KGB thug. And all of his aggression is funded by selling oil and gas. Together, Republicans and Democrats in Congress had taken billions out of Putin's pockets. And sadly, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris decided the world would be a better place if instead Putin had billions more, not just this year or next year, but for decades to come. When Putin is dead and buried and the next dictator is ruling over Russia, that next dictator will be reaping the benefits of this pipeline. Indeed, as a result of Joe Biden's decision, many are referring to this pipeline as the Biden-Putin pipeline. For a very simple reason. It is Putin that is building it. It is Putin that is profiting by it. And the only reason Putin is allowed to do so is because President Joe Biden has given a multi-billion-dollar gift that strengthens Russia.
A lot of gas could go through that.
And it weakens Europe. It makes Europe subject to energy blackmail.
Oh my God.
Putin has demonstrated a willingness and indeed a history of using energy blackmail, of using those who are dependent on natural gas to coerce them to do what he wants. In the dead of winter, when people are at risk of freezing to death, Putin has threatened to and has in fact cut off gas to endanger the lives of
That's what you want to do right now. You're trying to cut off their gas.
In order to coerce governments.
It's so fucking hypocritical.
To his will.
Oh my
As a
God.
result of Joe Biden's surrender to Vladimir Putin, Putin will have the continued ability to exercise economic
You're learning
blackmail
something,
against
huh? Well, history. You're learning history.
But not only that,
America's been fucking it with
Europe
Russia.
has energy needs.
America's been fucking with
Those
Russia for
energy
a while.
needs could be readily satisfied by American energy.
We're a direct threat to Russia.
Europe has expressed a willingness and in some instances an eagerness to import American energy.
I mean, to me, this is psychotic.
But Joe Biden has
psychotic.
decided that American jobs are unimportant. His first day in office, Biden shut down the Keystone Pipeline, killing 11,000 jobs in the United States, including 8,000 union jobs, 8,000 high-paying union jobs that with a stroke of a pen, Joe Biden eliminated. And at the exact same time that Biden is shutting down jobs in a pipeline in America, he is green-lighting and giving a gift to Vladimir Putin of a pipeline between Russia and Germany, producing jobs in Russia, producing billions of dollars in Russia, and taking away jobs in America.
He wants to subvert their progress and their technology.
This pipeline is a disaster.
It's fucking crazy. What he's offering, what he's
As
proposing,
the afternoon goes on,
what they've already been
I
doing,
will elaborate on different
what
aspects
Donald Trump
of which
was
it is
doing.
harmful, and on the steps we can and should be taking to stop it.
It's fucking psychotic.
But at this point, Senator Barrasso is here and has some thoughts he wishes to express, and so I will yield the floor to Senator Barrasso for his remarks.
Dude. This is 3 months ago. 4 months ago. 4 months ago. 7 months ago. Oh, here we go. Senator Ted Cruz blocks Biden's State Department nominees. That was it, where he was saying it every fucking time, and it was so funny, man. Oh my God, it was so funny. Dude, he did it. He just did it so many times, and that was the day we watched that. Wow, man. So Merkel was behind the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, I guess, huh? Allowing it. Nobody wants to talk about that, though, huh? Nobody wants to mention that little fact. We've got the fucking 24-hour high of Bitcoin is 39,914. That is way above the Bollinger Band. But we've got to get over 41.6. That's our target. 41.6. Can we get to 41.6? Hi, Tina. Two months ago, 1 month ago, 7 months ago. Here, let's go to this was 2 months ago that he was blocking the nominees over Nord Stream. Let me check this one out.
Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz is putting the brakes on confirming President Biden's State Department nominees. The Senate typically confirms nominees through a speedy, unanimous consent process. But every nominee Cruz objects to must go through a longer vote, taking up hours of precious time on the Senate floor. Republican Senator Josh Hawley is joining Ted Cruz in blocking nominees. Both senators have their eyes on a potential 2024 presidential run. For more on this, I'm joined by CBS News correspondent Christina Ruffini. Hi, Christina. So why is Senator Cruz holding up these nominations? What does he say he wants?
Well, it depends on whether you ask Senator Cruz or whether you ask the Democrats who say he's being obstructionist because he's running for president, possibly in the next election. Senator Cruz says he's holding up these nominations because he wants the Biden administration to be tougher on Russia. There's this pipeline called Nord Stream 2 that both the Trump administration and the Biden administration have said benefits Russia and possibly makes Europe more dependent on Russian gas, right? It's a security issue. It's an energy issue. The problem is the pipeline goes through Germany, and Germany loves this project, but they're kind of the only European ally that does. So there was this CATSA sanction that they were supposed to put on any of these German companies or entities involved in this pipeline. And they did this really strange thing where they implemented the sanctions.
7 months.
Secretary Blinken, when he came into the State Department, waived the sanctions. So they're there, but then he waived them and said, look, this pipeline is already 90% complete. We don't think we can stop it. We're still against it, but we're prioritizing relations with our ally, Germany. Now, that was a strategic move that we can debate or not debate. The issue is Senator Ted Cruz somehow thinks he's going to get the Biden administration to reverse course on this policy by holding up its nominees to not only ambassadorships around the world, but senior official positions at the State Department. There's more than 50 of these positions that are open. There's a website that tracks them. If you scroll through, it says vacant, 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 vacant. Now, part of this is on the Biden administration, who was really slow in putting these names forward. But at the moment, they're pointing the finger at Senator Cruz and now Senator Hawley, who has his own reasons for trying to tie this up. But also it puts them in a very prime position, a very public fight with the Biden administration, where either of them to try to make a run for the White House in the next term.
Right, raises their profile.
Huh. That's interesting, huh? Yeah, that's from 7 months ago. But there you got a little bit of the history. And we've been committing an act of war on Germany by interfering with the construction of that pipeline. So the way that works is we issue a sanction. Okay, and the sanction says to another country that we do business with, if you sell Russia or Germany parts that they need to complete this pipeline, or you provide work or expertise or anything, we're going to cut medicine and food or supplies or energy or whatever off to you. There's probably she's all proud. Kamala Harris is all proud of her great sanctions. There's all kinds of ways you can write sanctions, man. I'm sure they came up with all kinds of bullshit. It's an act of war. That's what you need to know. Sanctions are an act of war. Whoa, 40,004. Here we go, folks. Holy shit. Don't turn your back on Bitcoin. Whoa. Don't turn your back on Bitcoin, because you never know what it might do. It could explode and take off. 40,600 is the new high. I bring it to you live on the show. Wow. 40,600, guys, right there, man. 40,600, and that was 2 minutes ago. We hit that 2 minutes ago live on this show. Wowzers. Holy moly. What? Are you kidding me? Whoa. 40,500 almost. It went down. $475. $500. $40,500, man. What's Cardano doing? Oh, Cardano's at 92 cents, guys. Okay, that's good. That's my base. That's showing me the climb from the rest of the market there. The rest of the crypto. What's Cardano doing in relation to Bitcoin? That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm looking at here, palsy. Don't even do it. Don't even try it.
Anti-Russian attack on Ukraine. I'm anti the neo-Nazi attacks, Ukrainian neo-Nazis on Russians in Ukraine. I'm opposed to fucking war. How tough is this to understand? And here's the thing. I was anti-war when everyone was fucking cheering for bombing Iraq. I was anti-war when everyone was fucking cheering for bombing Libya. I was anti-war when everyone was cheering for bombing Gaza, which could have been yesterday. I was anti-war when people were cheering for bombing Syria, which Israel did yesterday. I was anti-war when the U.S. was bombing Somalia, I think also yesterday. I was anti-war when the U.S., when everybody was cheering for bombing Iran. I was anti-war, and Trump did fucking assassinate their top general in Iran. I was anti-war when everyone was cheering for bombing Afghanistan. And I'm anti-war now. It's really not that tough to understand. But basically what people, I guess, criticize me for, and criticize a lot of people, I'm not going to act like it's all about me, is you're supposed to have no context whatsoever. You're supposed to, if you tweet or say anything that has any kind of context or understanding or larger historical understanding or any sort of understanding of what the fuck is going on in the world, then you're a shill, you're a traitor, you are a war supporter, whatever the fuck it is. Basically, you have to be ignorant to get the true virtue signal and stamp of approval. You just have to act like that Russia invaded Ukraine in a void, that there's no other world around it, and end of story. So you have to get the virtue team on your side, you have to be ignorant of reality. And unfortunately, I've failed at that front, despite my efforts to be as ignorant as possible. So yes, I'm opposed to all things war. It's fucking catastrophic. It's awful. How many innocent people die? How many innocent people die right now in Russia's attack on invasion of the Ukraine? How many innocent people die by the neo-Nazi Ukrainians that have killed Russians in Ukraine? Like, I'm opposed to that too. See, because all the people who want to be like, fucking, nah, Russia, nah, right now, for some reason they were fine when neo-Nazis were killing people in Ukraine. Not a problem for them. I never heard a word from them, not a peep. They also, most of them were completely silent as the U.S. bombs people in all those places I just listed: Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia, Syria, Libya, all that bombing, Yemen, the war we're supporting in Yemen, one of the most horrific wars in the world right now. You don't hear from these people, do you? They're not on the streets furious for any of that. All that's fine. All that death and destruction. The estimates now, and I'll get more into this in a bit, but the estimates now is 6 million people killed by the U.S. war on terror. So I am fine with you being anti-war right now, as long as you fucking are anti-war all the time. As long as you're equally angry and furious for the 6 million that have died from our wars over the past 20 years. I want to see that from you, okay? Please. But anyway, so let's get a little deeper into some of this. Now, I'm gonna try not to just endlessly repeat everything I already said or Ben Norton already said in the interview I did on Redacted. If you didn't catch that,
dude, what announcement to skyrocketed crypto, bro? Would something happen, bro? It must have been an announcement, right? Switzerland just broke neutral status to sanction. Dude, it must be the war announcements or something. I don't know, man.
Review with journalist Ben Norton.
Something's going on with this crypto market. This is crazy.
It was filmed Wednesday. There's not, there's about 1 day of updates that aren't going to be in that, but that's at, you can get that at elitecamp.com. I'm going to try not to repeat myself too much, but it's inevitable that there's going to be some repeating. So I'm not willing to do the no context thing. I'm not willing to just say, hey, I'm really dumb and ignorant and just
Russia sucks. End of story. Oh, and by the way, if you needed to hear this, if this is really important to you to hear, no one tells me what to say. I've never been told what to say. I fucking never have censored myself. I've never been censored. And people I know have a hard time believing that because Redacted Tonight is at RT, but it's the simple truth. It's the only network where I'm allowed to completely be free and not censored. That's why I'm there. That's why I do the show. Furthermore, this isn't even Redacted Tonight. This is Moment of Clarity, as you're seeing right now. RT, fucking no one at RT even sees Moment of Clarity. So anyway, if you needed to know all that, there you go. That you can't say that, by the way, for anybody on your mainstream media networks. They are censored all the time. We've had people get fired or leave those networks and come forward and do interviews on just how thoroughly they are censored on all your mainstream networks. Melissa Harris Perry, incredibly successful anchor on MSNBC. When she was forced out, she did an interview on Democracy Now! Saying she was regularly censored. But one of the ones that always stuck in my mind is she was censored for trying to cover the Beyonce Super Bowl halftime show. Because Beyonce had on a Black Panther-inspired outfit, and Melissa Harris Perry wanted to talk about that, and MSNBC said absolutely not. So that's the level of censorship. You can't talk about Beyonce's outfit at MSNBC. Whereas I have never been told not to say something. Okay, moving past that. You can say you disagree or it is wrong to bomb a country, to attack a country in all ways. You can say that and also talk about the context. Also talk about why it's happening. Without that meaning that you think it's fine or that you think it's warranted. For example, real quick, in case you say, oh, no, that's not true. If you talk about why someone's doing something, that means you're supporting it. Well, I could talk about why the FBI had Martin Luther King killed. They had him killed because he was becoming too powerful, because he was linking together class, the lower class, into a very strong group of people that could fight together, Black people and white people, working together as poor people's campaign, workers' campaigns, fighting for.
Could it be the rush of Russians to Bitcoin that is causing this massive spike, guys? Did you think that's what that is? The announcement of what do you think? Crazy, huh? This is just a crazy move. Bitcoin just did this. All crypto. Cardano's at 92.5 right now. But that's crazy. Man, I'm glad I got to capture that here live on the show, man. Holy shit. 40,500 right now. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, is it going to spike again? Mabiza. I don't think he's been outside yet. I can't remember. Oh, God. Holy shit. Man, that felt so good on my back. Cracked my back. I mean, if you look at the chart right now, There we go. If you look at, let me get off of here. Look at that spike. Look how, I guess, from what we could see on the 24-hour, it basically just, it looks like, it wasn't up to 40,000, was it? It looks, no. It's like double the fucking drop that it did before. But Sandbox looks like it returned to where it was, which is kind of weird. But everything, and Ethereum looks like it's just returned to where it was, 2,800. Its high is 815 right now. It's got to get to 40,000, 41,600, guys. It's got to go $1,000 more to get above the Bollinger Band. $1,000 more. So if anybody was ever going to buy to boost its price, let's hope they buy it right now. Because we got to get up $1,000 more in value to start bouncing upwards. Hey, man, did you hear that the Russian Navy killed those 13 dudes on Snake Island or some shit? They're all alive and well. All 82 soldiers. Huh. Is that where they were like, fuck you, Russia? Is that those guys that died for the cause? Woohoo! They all died. Yeah, war, man. Let's do war. They're heroes. Yeah, they're all alive. Yeah, John Stewart, they're all alive. Sorry, buddy. Is that those dudes? They were feared dead. Huh. I don't know. I don't know if it was Snake Island or not. I don't know. You're going to have to tell me. Did I have my islands confused? Go fuck yourselves. Is that it? They're alive. They live to tell the tale to their grandchildren. Merit Circle 231 just went up from 230. Cardano still 92.5. About to hit 92.6. There it is, 92.6 Cardano. Bitcoin 40,600. Whoa. Ethereum is trying to blast 2,800, and it's just $14 away from its 24-hour high. Ethereum. Here goes Ethereum. 805. Holy shit. 806. 807. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Wow, man. Ethereum is just blasting. Here goes Cardano, 92.66. 68. 92.7. Holy shit, man. Sandbox is still just matching itself for some reason. 24-hour high. 6. Everything, just about everything is at its 24-hour high right now. Put me in, coach, for this conflict. William Benson. It's a conflict that we basically started, man. I mean, when's the last time we had diplomatic talks with Russia? What were their demands? What did they want, you know? And if we had obliged them, would they have not brought their troops on the border of Ukraine and then moved in? You know, what was a sticking point, I wonder, in the relations before any of this started? When's the last time we had talks with Russia? That's what I want to know. And what was said. 40,716, guys. 783 is the 24-hour high. We're about to hit the 24-hour high again. 758, 769. Here it goes. 783. There it is. There it is. 40,800 is the new 24-hour high, guys. We just hit it. Right now, 40,800. Holy shit. My God, man. 40,800. Our target is 41,600. We got to hit 41,600. So it bounced back down to 40,600. It's got to try to retest that 800 mark and keep going. But Ethereum has just hit its 24-hour high, guys. Ethereum's hit its 24-hour high. 2818 now is the new 24-hour high of Ethereum. Nano's 24-hour high is 93.3. Matic's 24-hour high is $1.57. And Sandbox just hit its 24-hour high at 307. And now it's all of them are bouncing down from those points. All right, man. I'll keep my eye on this stuff. I will see you guys this afternoon. Y'all take care. Love y'all. You know, make sure you sign up for notifications and follow me over there on I forgot to record this show. And follow me over there on Twitter at Nays Garden. All right, guys. Love y'all. Take care now. I wonder if I got any more coffee left. Nope. Bye-bye now. Hashtag keep it open. How are you?